Yes.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hey man, how are you
Hey,
today?
great. Not bad. How are you?
Not bad. Same. Yeah, there are a lot of things going on, honestly.
Yes, great.
And yeah. My mind is really busy.
Yeah, me too. I just got the wedding photos last Saturday, and it was very extremely tight. We woke up at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we start shooting at 7 in the morning till 6 p.m., I guess. It's crazy. Keep shooting, keep shooting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When's gonna be the wedding?
The party will be held in January, 17th of
Hmm.
January. Yeah.
January 17th. Hmm.
Yeah, it's got
Okay.
lots of preparation, and then we need to order the it's kind of a gift or a table prize for the guests, and then do all the arrangements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we just create a project for ourselves. It's like so stupid.
And I think your wife is going wild, of course.
Yeah.
She's trying to get everything managed,
Yeah.
set everything right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything will be fine, bro.
Yes, yes.
Very well, very well. So let's get to this project. I don't know if you've listened to the song so
Yeah,
far.
yeah. It
Yeah,
is
that's good.
measured. Okay, okay. So there is not a mixed track, right? All
No, no,
are the
no.
stems, right?
No, exactly. Because I wanted to start off from scratch this time,
Okay.
just to have a full view of everything, you know.
Yes, great.
And yeah, I thought maybe it would be a good idea to see where we will start first, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's more
And
easy to follow with just a few tracks.
exactly, exactly. And I'm sure this will be much easier for you to handle as well.
Yes, yes.
So in this case, we've already, let's say, created a drum line, basically.
Mm,
And after the drum line, of course, we have the, let's say, uh, three or four uh, mm, synths only. So I'm gonna sh start sharing with you. I just want to
okay.
walk you through a full mixing process here today.
Yes, great.
So let us just get this thing started and see how I would actually start mixing from zero. All right. So
Mm,
as you can see, I've pulled up the layers and everything. But for me
yes,
to mix it better and to know how I'm going to be mixing, I'm simply going to reorganize a few things. Okay. So I'm
yes.
going to drag these down because they're my synths, of course, the clap and everything else. All right.
Mm,
And then I will be um, simply, let me see if I can actually do this. No, I can't do this from here. So I have to go here, hold Alt, click this up. So even on my uh, line, on my pattern line, I will have everything set accordingly. I will try to do this. I usually uh, put every sound next to each other, sounds that are somehow similar or the
okay.
same. Okay. As you can
Yes.
see here, we have a guitar hit
Mm,
and we have a crash, we have a hi-hat. So I will put the first cymbals next to each other. Then we have the kick and 808. Then we have two snares and a clap, of course. Then we have a guitar hit, which is only hitting once. And of course, then we have the, let's say, synths, right?
mm,
Here I will have to pull down the guitar, of course, and I'm simply reorganizing everything just the way as I put it on the pattern
okay.
panel, of course, right?
Yes. You organize it by its sound or by his uh types of instruments. You mean?
By type of instruments,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, so you want your cymbals to be next to each other, of course.
Yes.
You want the, let's say, you also want everything else set right beside each other. So the kick, the 808 should be next to each other, of course.
Mm,
And, you know, that's just the easier way for us to hold everything and
mm,
see what's happening in every
okay.
line, right?
Right.
Very good. So as you can see, we have a snare layer and we have a synth clap that will
Yes.
be hitting on the same timeline. Then we have the guitar hit, which
Hmm.
is tailed, which is absolutely tailed, and the strings and the SQATV, right?
Mm,
But in this case, I'm going to be mixing around my synth because my synth is pretty present. Um,
yes. Oh, I can't hear the sound.
you can't?
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Oh, why? Wait a second. Well, it should be. Let me see if I can do this. And is
No.
it back? No? Oh, wait. I'm not
Perhaps when
sharing.
when you share the
No.
screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So primary sound, get back to FL Studio. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The sound. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So this is a very simple thing. I didn't want to do anything crazy, but
Mhm.
anyway, together they sound perfect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the first thing that I would do is go to the master line to check if the meter is going beyond zero, right?
Yes.
And as you can see, it's already clipping, so we don't want that to happen. So we will come back for gain staging and we will see, okay, which sound already looks very bigger than it should be. And as we can
Yes.
see, the 808 signal is absolutely crazy. So we
Mm.
will just try to pull it down until we somehow find it without the clipping, of course. Okay.
Okay.
So I pulled it down to minus 8 dB simply because the signal is more clear now and I can see this more clearly. And it's
Oh,
just a matter
I
of,
didn't know that we can do it on the tracks,
yeah,
actually.
look at here, this part.
Yes.
If you activate these parts, especially
Uh,
this one, if you deactivate it, you won't be able to do it. But if you
okay.
activate it, you will be able to do it as well.
Okay.
And if you activate this one, it will do the zero crossing. So it will automatically try to do automation for you. So if you do a cut and
Uh,
if you simply zoom in, right now it's not clipping, but look
yeah.
how when I move the other one in and out, it tries to do the zero crossing for us, right?
It means the track on at the front will be lowering down its input volume, and then while the other will be growing from is it the
You
volume?
see, you see, in my point of view, the easiest way to realize which sound is already making a lot of noise is just
Yes.
to see how big the signal is, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
as we saw, the 808 was going crazy, of course, with the mix. So we said, okay, let's just pull it down.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
if I go back, as you
Yeah.
can see, it's already been somehow fixed, but
Okay.
it's still hitting at zero.
Mm,
Now I will
yes.
go to the, let's say, chorus, and I will try to see if it's the same. Again, you see we have the clipping happening. So what
Yes.
we need to do is to find the space, find the clashes, and to do everything right. Here, I haven't still, let's say, allocated all of the lines to the mixer line. So I will
Yes.
simply go back to the pattern line. And on the left, on this part, as you remember, I
Mm-hmm.
just click, drag, hold
Yes.
everything down,
Mm-hmm.
click Control L, just to,
Send the
assign them
tracks.
to
Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yes.
But before we go on, we want to actually make this really easy for ourselves. So what we will do is to send bus tracks just to be able to control everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In order to control the bus tracks and, of course, do everything right. Look, I'm just going to do this in this lesson. You definitely have the video of the lesson. So
Yeah,
if you
that's
have any questions, you can go back and see it
okay.
here. Okay. So
I'll
first,
try to redo it when the lessons is complete. Yeah, I'll try to
definitely.
redo it. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So what I will try to do is to choose some other inserts and I will just rename them.
Yes.
To rename them, all you need to do is to press down the scroll bar, the
Mm-hmm.
scroll, let's say, button on your mouse.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you just click in, it acts like F2. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you can do this by pressing F2 on your keyboard or you can simply press down the scroll bar
Mm.
when you're hovering here above, like on the insert name. Not
Yes.
here, of course. If you do it here, you will have to drag it right or left, okay? But
Mm.
here, if you click on the scroll bar, you will be able to rename it. So, as you can see, first of all, let me recolor everything so we know exactly how everything is happening. Again,
Yes.
when you just left click and drag, nothing happens. But if you hold
Yes.
control and drag, lift, click, and drag. You can actually change the name or everything. But in this case, I'm only going to change the colors. And if
Okay.
you click on this part, you will be able to see the color pattern. So I'm just going to
Yes.
give it some random stuff. As you can see, it will change both of their colors. Well, the kick and the 808 are somehow similar. With the snare and claps, I will do it again. I will just appoint some color to them. And for the synths and everything else, I will try to do the same. Okay.
Okay.
Now we know how many types of sounds we have. You can absolutely change the, let's say, the icon on top of as well. So somehow you know what you're
Yes.
doing. Again, right click on top of here,
Hmm.
change icon. And well, we will find the symbols, of course, somehow. Where's the symbol? Well, let's choose with this one, or maybe this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The same thing. This will help me exactly with understanding what everything is, right?
Yes.
So if it's so clear, it's so clean, and it helps me with understanding let's say, the point that I'm trying to make. Now here we have the snare drums and everything. I'll do the same for everyone. You see, I come here, right click, change icon, and go to the snares, of course, and the other ones. These are synths, so I will just try to choose this because this is a guitar. And in this case, this is a skew, so I will just choose the MIDI lines, of course, the MIDI. And the final is a string, so I will just try to choose the violin for it. Okay.
Yes.
Now that we know everything is set right on the mixer
Mhm.
line, we will try to separate them from each other. All right.
Yes.
If I want to move all of my lines, I will hold Command, drag, hold Alt, click on the right arrow button on my keyboard, and everything will be moved to the right.
Okay.
Then I will come back here on the insert part. I click again. I say symbols, bus,
Mhm.
and I will try to give it some color, of course. Now, you can also group these together by right-clicking and just separator or create group. Yeah. But instead of
Mhm.
creating a group, I will try to separate them. Choose the separator. You see, it separates each other. It separates all of them. Now you can click back. It will move back. Here, I will try to create a group. Click OK. They will be all together. And if I hit separator on this bus, I know that my bus is here. As you can see, there is a thin line that separates everything from each other. Again, I will do the same with the kick and bus. So I will hold on everything else that I want, hold Alt, hit the right arrow button on my keyboard. Then I
Mhm.
will come back again on insert. I will just say, okay, kick and 808 bus,
Oh, yeah.
give it a color,
Mm.
then hold command, left click and drag, and then create a group. I just hit the OK button. They will be like grouped together. Again, here I right click and click separator, which creates another bus for me. I'm just going to keep doing this this time without actually like explaining. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So um, I will do this. Yes, on the insert, snares and claps. Then I'm going to give it a color, which is somehow similar to the audio files. Hold command, left click and drag, then create group. Just click on this accept button. It will separate everything. Then right click on my bus. Oh, I need to add a bus, of course, so I know later. And then I click on the separator here, and I will do the same with the rest. So here I will create something and say synths and others bus. Give it a color, of course, near green. And again, I'm going to make them a group, create group. Just click accept. Then if you think like if you're look if you've dragged on everything and you click on the one line, it will actually just switch back. Then I will right click, and in the group section I will try to separate it. Okay,
Mm.
very good. So now we have four buses actually. We have the cymbals, we have the kick in 808, we have the claps as well. One
Yes.
final step that we need to do before actually finishing the whole mix is that we want to actually create one bus for the drums and one bus for the synths, of course, right?
Yes.
But since we've already done the bus with synth and other buses, I will
Mm.
only create a drums section, drums bus, and give it one random color, maybe this one. And create, and it's already separated, so it's fine. All right,
Mm.
very well. So now we have a drum bus and we have a synth bus, but for better understanding, I'm just going to create another one as well. So hold on a second, give me some, or instruments. Let's call it instruments. Okay,
Mm.
instruments bus. And what color should I give it? I don't know. You can always hit on random. This, you see this click here?
Yes.
This is a random actually
Oh,
color grader. You just
yeah.
hit and accept. So it gives it a random color. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then again, I will hold on control, left drag, right click, create group
Mm.
and accept. So now we have two sections that are already grouped together.
Mm.
And well, I don't want to wait. Yes, here I will also create another group. Yes, and now we have everything set up on our mixer, of
Mm.
course, right?
You mean you need to create another two bus, the drums and the sims, which refers to the instruments. You mean that's is it similar? So it will be confused if the drums and sims using the track 15, the sims and other
No, 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 no.
right?
It wasn't unnecessary to create another
Ah,
instrument bus because we already had one bus
yes, yes,
here.
yeah.
But for better understanding that we are like simply trying to, send everything, uh, wait a second.
Okay.
Simply because we wanted to say that we're sending everything to a final bus so that we will only send it to the master line. I was
Yes.
like, okay, even though we've already made a bus for the synths,
Yeah.
let's just say we're just holding something else because sometimes you may add some elements
Oh,
if you
I
want,
see.
right?
Understand.
Yeah, so we will keep this here and we have the synths and other bus and everything else set up,
Mm.
right?
But the first bus will be going to 15 first, right? My
I
understanding
will
is
show you.
right.
I will
Okay.
show you. This is the most important part.
Okay.
So here we want to actually send everything to the bus. But
Yes.
for us to understand where the sounds are going, we have to look at this part. As you can
Yeah.
see here, we have a flash or an arrow, which
Mm-hmm.
is showing us a line, which is going back to the mixer or to the
Mm.
main bus or to the master bus, right?
Yes.
For this not to happen, we will have to send them directly and only to their appropriate buses. So again, I will hold Control, drag, and then since this is the symbols bus, I will come
Mm.
down here to the arrow, which is inactive right now.
Yes.
Right click on it. So we have two options. We have routing and we have side chaining.
Mm.
In this case, I will try to route them to this track only, so they will be only appointed to this bus. And as you can see, as soon as I hit it, the ones that have been sent into the master will be deactivated, and they will be only sent to this symbol bus.
See, yeah.
And now if I click on the hi-hat, it's only set into this. If I click on the crash, it's only sent to this. And if I click on the symbols bus, as you can see, it's sent to the master.
Okay.
But we need to know that we are already creating a drum bus before sending everything into the master. So we're going to actually route this one to this side as well. With having this
Yes.
line selected, you come to the drum bus, you right click, route to this track only. And as you
Okay.
can see, it changed from being here to only being sent to this line, of course. And if you go to the drum bus now, left click, you can see that the drum bus is being
Oh, I
sent
see.
into the master, right?
Yes.
So I will try to do the same for every other element that
I
we have,
understand. Yeah.
and I'm going to keep them on their, let's say, associated or assigned buses. And of course, the same thing here, route
So,
to this track only.
so all buses are defaults to roads to the master, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All of the lines are separately sent to the master, but we want
Okay.
to control the sound. So before we send them to the master, we will control them and send them to their specific
Okay.
mixer line. Okay. And as you can see here, for example, snares and claps bus is sent to the master, but we want it to only be on the drums bus. We don't want to
Okay.
hear it everything everywhere else. And in
Understood.
this case, again, the synths and others bus is already sent to the master, so we only send it to
Mm.
the instruments bus. Yeah.
Okay.
And as you
Yes.
can see, the drum bus and the instrument bus are directly sent to the master line. So in
Okay.
this way, now we have control over all of our sounds before
Mm.
we even start doing anything. So the first step of your mixing in your FL Studio will be for you to set up your mixer, color
Mm.
grade everything, rename everything. And then after renaming it, you can absolutely associate or assign
Mm.
each line that you want to a separate bus, and then you can control the bus that is being sent to the master. Why do we do
Yes.
this? Because sometimes our drum is just getting louder and louder, and
Yes.
we want to control it. And the instrument bus sometimes is very low, so we want to boost it somehow. Now
Mm.
we know that all of the sounds in the most, let's say, in the loudest part of our mix is being controlled elsewhere. So, for example, look at here. We try to create or listen to the track from the chorus, right?
Mm.
Um, I'm going to right click here on the black bar and drag right just to be able to see the, let's say, um, the chorus line only.
Mm.
And then right here, now that we have controlled it, I go to the playlist options. I'm going to actually time markers and I'm going to click on add one. Or you can do this by the shortcut Alt T. I'm going to give it a name, which is the chorus. Now the time marker has been added, right? Then I'm going to go to the actual verse. This is where the verse starts. I'm going to hit Alt T, say verse.
Okay.
Click OK. I can see the verse here, and you can actually drag it everywhere that you want. But here where is the where the verse starts, and here, of course, again, Alt T. This is the intro, right? So
Mm.
here we're just simply trying to beautify our mixing project so we know where everything is and
Mm.
how everything works. And at the end, again, at this part, we click Alt. Don't forget, you come to the black bar,
Mm.
you left click so that you will move this knob or this, let's say, marker.
Yes.
Then you click Alt T, then you say chorus again.
Okay.
Very well. Now we know that this, let's say, this beat actually has one intro, one chorus, one verse, and another chorus at the end. Now we will go back to the chorus and we will try to listen to the file, but this time we will try to listen to it and look at our mix. As you can see, look at the drum bus. As you can see, the drum bus is very loud. In this
Yes.
way, simply because we sent buses or we sent, let's say, we directly controlled every line, now we know exactly what part or what element of our mix is the loudest.
Yes.
And you can easily control it by dragging the volume knob down.
Okay.
Yeah. But we said that we want to do the gain staging in three different, let's say, spectrums. So before we control the drum bus, we will try to see the kick and 808 on their own associated lines. Oh, yes. So as you can see, the 808 is still so loud and it's hitting hard.
Yes.
Now, let's say we could control it from the panel as we had here.
Mm.
I have the 808. I will just try to lower this to -8. Now let's listen again. So in this case, we have actually controlled the clipping. So we know that the first thing that is causing clipping in our mix is our 808, and we need to control it. Even though we're trying to build our whole mix around the synths, but the synths, look at the instruments or the synths bus. So there are a lot of stuff happening here. When it's being played throughout the chorus, it's hitting between -15 and -12, but sometimes it goes over 9, right?
Mm.
Listen and look at the master line or the volume meter. You see it's at -12 now,
Yes.
but it goes on 9, you see?
Yeah.
So at some points of our song, actually the volume meter is going above -12. We need to
Yes.
control that as well. So the first thing
Okay.
we tried to do was, okay, which one was the loudest? Which one is causing clipping? What
Mm.
sound is actually causing the clipping? So which sound we must control the most? And then
Okay.
after that, we will try to maneuver through. But
Okay.
in general, our synths and our, let's say, other elements are
Mm.
not that loud, actually. Even
Okay.
though we're trying to build our, let's say, whole mix around the synth, the main synth, but it's
Mm.
not that loud. It's hitting at the right level. So
Mm.
we will just forget about it and we will
Mm.
just try to move to the other elements
Yeah.
first.
Just two
Now,
questions. I
go
bit
ahead.
confused. Yeah. Uh, the knobs that you just adjust to -8, that knobs
Yeah.
is from 808. That is the
Yes.
input volume, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that match my
Yes.
understanding then. And then the other question is that a bit confused. When at the very beginning, right? Uh, that we usually want to keep all the tracks or all the input volume of the tracks to be -6 or -5 dBs, right?
No, 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 no. At the beginning, we
At the,
tried to control everything not to hit above 0.
not to hit, okay, not to hit above 0.
Yes.
And mm,
So when we were playing, remember, our 808 was already clipping on its
yeah,
own. And we
yes,
tried to drag it down to -8, actually, as you can see.
okay,
But even though we lowered it to -8, it was still causing clipping issues on our drum bus. So we said, okay, let's bring it even more down. But this time, instead of doing it on the main line or controlling it by the
mm,
gain, we went to the pattern and we tried to control it from the input.
okay,
Okay. There are
Yes.
multiple ways. You can even lower it from here again. There's no big of a difference if you lower it from here or lower it from there. But in this case, I know that the main signal that is being read is at -8. It doesn't matter. But in this case, when we went to the pattern, we were just trying to lower it before actually trying to do it here.
The problem is same as the one you do it on the tracks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one on the playlist,
Yeah.
no.
This one. Yeah.
The
This
one
one's
on the playlist is the main gain of the
oh
signal.
main gain. Okay. Oh the
Yes,
main
the input gain of the signal. So we controlled the main input of the signal here. Then we went to the pattern to control the volume, the channel volume of this line, which is the input before the mixer.
the input before the mixer. Okay. So the one on track is the input gain, right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
then on
Here you have the input gain.
input gain. Yeah.
Here you have the input volume.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually,
So
what's the diff still a bit confused. What is it? What's the difference for the input gain and the input volume?
now with the input gain, you're trying to control how much of the input is going to be played or how much of the input
Mm-hmm.
is going to be read by the software. By the volume, you're trying to control the volume of that before entering the mixer line.
So which
It's
one is
again
the earlier, the input gain or the input volume?
They're both intertwinedly used. Sometimes you can use the gain to control, sometimes you can use, let's
Okay.
say, the volume. But in my
Okay.
case, I try to keep everything visually clean here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if there is another clash, I will try to control it from here.
Okay.
Because I also have control over panning as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I
Yes.
have panning and volume here, channel volume and channel panning. So I can control the panning and volume of each section separately here. But in this
Okay.
case, I can control the volume as well. This will
Okay.
get more into details when we actually get
Yes.
forward with this.
But try to
Now,
keeping all the tracks below 0 dB is the input gain or the input volume actually.
yes, no, this is the output volume actually. When you look at the master line, you're looking out at the output.
Okay. But this
Yes.
is the one I should keep it you mentioned below
First, we
12,
will try to keep it below 0.
below 0 first. Okay.
Yes, but eventually to create headroom, we will lower everything together to
Uh-huh.
create -6 dB. So that's our final result. We
Okay.
will do
Yes.
something like
Okay.
this. We will
And
we will just hit control on this. Sorry, control alt on this. Control. Oh, wait. Hmm. Oh, control shift. Sorry, control
okay.
shift. Control shift. Control shift. Or instead of doing that, we just control the buses, these two,
Mm-hmm.
bring them down together, so we create headroom. You
Okay.
see? So all of the worries for us going through creating buses was to be able to control the final output more easily instead of manipulating every single line separately, da 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 da. In this case, the only thing that we need to do is to lower the volume on the drum bus or the instrumental bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's
Okay.
get them back up.
Yes. Yes.
As you can see, the drums are hitting so much louder.
Yes.
So if I simply bring down the drums, without doing anything, basically without doing anything on any line, simply because I'm lowering the output volume of the
Mm-hmm.
bus of the drums, I'm trying to make a balance in the volume section of the drums and the synths. And as you can see,
Okay.
you can hear the synths more clearly, hearing the drums more clearly, right?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So this is only going to give us full control of the
Mm-hmm.
whole system. So
Okay.
instead of going separately through each one and trying to lower everything together, da 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 da, we
Okay.
simply control everything through here. The
Mm-hmm.
next thing that we want to do was creating space, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, creating space in this case doesn't mean a lot. Why? because we only have a drum section and an instrument section, there are only a few, let's say, instruments. We will have to do this separately for the instruments that we have, but
Mm-hmm.
for the drums, there is not much clash because you have the clap, you have the kick, you have the cymbals. The cymbals are already at the high end, the claps and the snares are already mid, and the kick
Mm.
and 808 are already kicking at the low end, right?
Yes.
But you can actually do this more beautifully. Well, I'm going to leave the crash and hi-hat alone because there is
Yes.
not much to do because there's only one crash and it's already doing its job. But with kick
Mm-hmm.
and 808, we will try to actually do this the space creation, right?
Okay.
Pro Q3 for this, of course, and another Pro Q3 for the 808. So
Okay.
now we have an 808 on kick and we have an 808 on the, I'm sorry, we have an EQ on kick and we have an EQ on the 808.
Mm.
Now let's just open them up. I will try to just make these smaller so we could see them both next to each other.
So when you insert plugins in it, the little button will be turned into orange, right?
Which one?
The one on the panel, the mixing panel.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Mm, you mean this
Uh,
one?
Downstairs. The one. Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yes, exactly, yes.
Okay, I see.
This will, if you have multiple, let's say, plugins,
Oh, I see, I see. Okay.
this is the main control for all of the plugins. If it's on, it means
Okay.
that the plugins are active. If you turn it off, it means that the plugins are deactivated.
Okay, I see.
Look at the top left, enable effect slots, view editors. You see
Mm-hmm. Yes,
on the
yes.
top left?
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So. So on my kick, I can already see three peak levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yes.
500, I have 2.5, and I have 76. With
Yeah.
76, I'm fine with it. But with 520K, I'm not really satisfied with it because it's going to make my mix sound very muddy. So what I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to do is I'm actually going to uh, bring it down somehow. Yes, and I'm going to make this dynamic. Remember, last session when
Mm-hmm.
we were trying to do this, let's say, let me just drag this up. If you drag it up, this will show up.
Okay.
But if you drag it down, this will go away. There is no
Mm-hmm.
problem. You can simply right click on the knob that you're trying to control. Yeah, you can invert gain, you can disable it, you can disable dynamics, you can clear dynamics, you can shape it, you can do the sloping. So everything else that you already have in that control, you have here as well. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
simply going to bring down the range to -3. So every time my kick hits, actually dynamically, it will lower the sound. Maybe, okay? And right now, as you can see, I'm changing the shape of the EQ with my scroll button.
Okay.
So if I scroll up, it will be less curved. If I scroll down, the curve opens up. So
Okay.
I will simply try to control the mids. And as you can see, now I'm simply only controlling the peaks from here up to here.
Okay.
So if the kick hits, and as you can see, the mids are very high. So probably that's the biggest cause of the, let's say, crashing between the 808 and the kick. So every time the kick is hitting hard, the 808 is coming in as well. And because they're both very hot at those frequencies, they're just clashing with each other and
Mm-hmm.
they're just creating clipping, right? So I will try
Yes.
to create some space for that. In this case, I wouldn't like to, let's say, take away all of the subs here. So I will just try to sidechain my kick to my 808, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to use the old way that I showed you before. I'm simply going to add a controller here. And this is a built-in plugin.
Yes.
On controller, you have peak controller. You will lower it. I will lower it to 40%, basically. I will set the bass at 50%. This is like a main rule. This is a rule. You have to set the bass at 50%. You can lower however much you want, but I want it to be at minus 35 or minus 40 sometimes. And then I will, with the tension and the decay, you can actually control how fast the EQ will be set. But usually I'll keep it at this default settings, okay?
So usually I just set the bass on any tracks, I set it to 50, right? Usually.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
bass is set at 50, of course,
yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
If you add it more, you will see what will happen. Let me just show you. Then after I did this peak controller on the kick, I will go to my 808. I will open up an EQ, a fill EQ from the let's say FL Studio itself. This is our line 1. I will try to move it to 82 or 80 or 90, where the bass is mostly present, right? Then I come here to the right center. This is our kick, actually. I'm sorry, this is our bass line. So if you see, if I drag left and up and down, this will actually control the level. If I set the bass at, let's say, 80%, this will be the shape of my EQ. But when I set it to 50, this is the shape of the EQ. So it won't actually already add anything to my bass. This will keep it here as long as I want it.
Okay.
Now, here I will right click, remote control, link to controller, and on internal control, I will click on Fruity Peak Controller Peak. And then I will try to drag this down so there is no time difference. There is no millisecond problem or issue. So as soon as the kick hits, the 808 or the EQ will be activated as well. Now let's listen. As you can see, every time that the kick is hitting, this actually this specific frequency controller is being hit down. Listen.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So this gives me a lot of control over my kick and 808 basically. And here, instead of having it at minus 39, I'm going to make it even go lower, minus 60. And now if I go back to my EQ, you can see it goes lower. And if you can see now my kick and 808, if I deactivate these, look at my kick and 808 bus and see how it behaves, okay? You see, the peak that it reaches, it's at about 3.
Yes.
Sometimes. You see, at the end, it reaches actually 3. But if I activate these, look.
Yeah.
Again, they're clashing again, right? So I see the problem still there. So what I will do, I will go back to my actual lines and see why this is happening. Okay, so let's hear on the line. Possibly this is the line that it's hitting, okay? Yeah, this is definitely the sound that is causing this issue, right? This is the line that's causing the issue. And that's why I told you controlling the sound from inside the playlist is very necessary almost. So in this case, I'm going to create a cut here and here. And I'm simply going to lower this one from here.
Yeah.
So yes, now let's go back to the mixer and see what happens. You see, it comes below 3. Before that, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
above 3. So now it's hitting below 3. I'm going to even make this smaller and like less loud, of course. Now let's look back again. It's much more controlled, of course, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, and this is happening definitely because we have other elements as well. For example, here we have a snare, of course, that's hitting, but I'm
Yes.
sure that the 808 is also hitting very hard.
Mm,
So I will simply try to control my, let's say 808 as well. I will lower this part only.
mm. Because the actually could be the most important element to create the clipping, right? Yeah.
Yes, as you can see here, during my whole mix, everything is set up at -8. But
Mm,
in this case, I am seeing that there is a problem at this point of the mix. So I'm
yes.
separately trying to control these two signals from
Mm,
inside
okay.
the input gain. In this case, I'm controlling the input gain. Wait a second, it's too dark in here. I can't even see myself. Wait a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Hello again.
Yeah.
I've come back to life. So
Yeah.
now now if we look, wait a second, let me hear it from the beginning of the chorus. Oh yes. Now we don't have the -3 anymore. Look.
Yeah.
So this is how you control your 808 and your, let's say, kick, of course. At some points,
Yes.
they're hitting too hard. They're just clashing out. They're just coming out, brashing out. So you try to control the 808s, of course.
Okay.
And this is how we basically start our mix. So we started with controlling the kick and 808 because they were the loudest part.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we
Yes.
try to control them. Then we will go to the next round, which what other element is the loudest? Now, if I just deactivate this, so we cannot hear the kick and 808 because we've sent them to this bus and we simply mute the
This. I see. I
bus.
see. Yeah.
So there is no need for us to hear the kick and or to solo everything else, to mute everything else,
Yeah.
simply because you have sends, you mute the
Understood.
send, everything is done.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we have a guitar hit, which has a lot of bass in it as well. Listen carefully. You see that one?
Mm,
Dang. Let me do this actually. I'm going to. You see the second line of
mm,
the guitar that's hitting is lower, so it's much bassier. Now this
mm,
is a good time to actually create space or to control spacing, of course. Let me pull up a Pro Q3, of
mm.
course. Look at the hot frequencies.
Mhm.
Oh my God, you see how bassy this part is? You have a
Yes.
lot of bass here, so I don't need that. So I will cut everything below 80 hertz, of course. I will click on this one, click on this one, just to
Mm,
create a low pass filter, high pass filter.
okay.
I even make it sharper. You're not going to lose the sound, but you're simply cutting everything that's causing the crashes, right?
Mm,
Now
yes.
let's
Yes.
listen to everything back together. Now you have a clearer sound when the guitar is hitting, when the 808's coming in. So you're basically trying to control everything at once. Yes, that's good.
So at this stage, we're trying to lower it down into the master on the very left, master volume to around -12, right?
Exactly,
Okay, I see,
exactly.
I see. Just one question. When we do the insert the plugins of the peak controller, and then you link it into, for example, the kicks
The
and the
808.
engineer. Yeah, yeah. You link it when you link it uh, uh, to the kicks, you need to select the peak controller, right? So
Yep.
is there any, because when later, I believe later on, you might be adding another big controller in other tracks, right? So is there
Maybe.
any ways to identify that's the peak controller I'm linking is actually the kick, or else
Yes,
we'll be
exactly.
more
Yes.
confused when
Yes.
there's other
Yes,
kick
yes, yes.
controller?
Let's rename this. You see, I'm on the kick right now. We have the
Oh,
40
I
peak
see.
controller.
Okay, I
I
see.
rename this. I say, okay, kick uh
Oh, okay.
peak controller.
Okay. So when I link it, this link will be displayed on the for me to
Yes,
choose,
I
right?
can even color this one. Yes, I can even color this one. And now if I go back to the AQ and if I right click and lick controller, as you can see, it says kick peak
Oh,
controller.
I see. I
Peak.
see. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It
Okay.
will automatically do everything for you. So if you rename everything in your project, everything will be set clearly. That's why we went through the hells and heavens of coloring everything, reshaping
Mhm.
everything, renaming everything, because it will be shown later on in your project, of course.
Mhm. So with your, usually your experience will be, at the very beginning, you need to categorize each instrument, right? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
colors, and then usually I ask that you will also usually categorize into the instrument or the sound. But for example, if that is a channel or double bass, will you put it with the violins or all the strings, or you will put it actually with the bass, actually?
No, no, no. If there is a cello, I
Uh-huh.
will only put it with the violins. Because you only
Okay.
try to put, if there is a bass guitar, you will put the bass guitar with the kicks.
Okay.
But the cello is a string. But although it has bass, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
our guitar
Okay.
here was very bassy. But we can't say just because it has a lot of bass, we should group it with the 808s, of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
So usually to identify with its function, right? For
Yes.
example, if the cello is just doing the staccato or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
bow,
yeah.
so I might be put it with the bass, right? Because the function is more like the bass, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
It's
I
you who
see.
makes the decision
Okay.
based on okay, what's the sound? What kind of sound is giving me? Should I make
Hmm.
it popular? Should I make it pop out or not? Okay, should I group it with the strings? Should I not group it with the strings? So you're making the decision basically. But in this
Okay.
case, I tried to use a guitar and a string specifically with the synth. So I said, okay, there is a
Yeah.
synth, there is a string, but that's how we basically do it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Understand. Yeah.
very well, very well. Thank you so much for joining me today, of course.
Yes. Thank you.
I would
Okay.
love for
Yeah.
you to I would love for you to work on this project yourself for
Yes.
next
Yes. Yes.
for next let's say uh for next lesson. I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
save this and I will share this actually in the
Yes.
project.
Then I would like to ask, yeah, to see if compare is, if anything goes on, I'll check with your files. Any setting is different than mine.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, sir. Yes. So,
So mixing is completely different from writing music.
oh,
All your
well,
work is just like identifying the problems and then go back to fix the problems and then going back each other. It's more like
exactly.
engineering.
It is actually, it is
Yeah.
more like engineering because sound writing is or songwriting is just songwriting.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
write a song, you just put everything together and you say, "Hey, I want it to sound like this."
Yeah. Mixing
But
is like fixing things, fixing the problems and finding solution.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So you want everything to sound right, you want everything to
Yeah.
sound similar, and you need space for everything, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me. I will try
Thank
to
you.
book a lesson for another week, the
Yes.
same
Great.
time possibly. And
Yes.
yeah, we will be in touch, man.
Yes. Thanks. Okay.
Have a very good day.
Good day. See you next week.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.